If we go to our daily chart on Bitcoin, we can clearly see it's just gone to sleep. I was actually looking at this earlier with members of my Smart Money crypto service. Bitcoin from the low in early April, where we had this up move here off of 74,000, there have been 6 days for Bitcoin in this whole move, which has now been 5 to 6 weeks, that have resulted. So 6 total days that have been the majority, basically 95% of the entire move.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Gareth Soloway breaks down crypto moves and Bitcoin's next big play. Market cycles, smart trades, and bold calls.
So we can see very clearly NVIDIA was kind of stalling here, struggling right at this level. And then once it broke through, it's gone parabolic. And that, again, is coming up into those earnings in about a week and a half when they report. And again, it's gone up, amazingly now, from about $86 a share back to $135 a share. Now, again, today it's stalling. It's not one of the better performers out there. It's only up fractionally on the day, but it's still holding up very nicely. Now, and on Tesla, guys, Tesla could still go higher. I'm not willing to look at a short just yet. Granted, I'm not long either, but I have this really good level here at around 378 that if we get up, see this low, how it bounced, hit, bounced, hit here. If we zoom in, look, it hit, bounced slightly, and then broke. And so same kind of deal as we were looking at JP Morgan with, is that this was support, it broke. So what do we expect if price comes in here? I would expect price to be rejected off of that level right there. So it goes up into it and pulls back. Now listen, is there a chance it doesn't get up there? Sure there is. But if it does, as a trader, I have to be prepped for what type of action I'm going to take, and that would be a starter short position for a pullback. And same thing, again, you're not looking to reinvent the wheel. It's not necessarily, I don't have to see it going down to new lows. I just would look for a retrace to this former resistance, which now on the other side becomes support. And you could even buy that right there, buy it. That would be technical support. All right, let's go to Bitcoin real quick here.
Robert Kiyosaki isn't backing down from his bold Bitcoin predictions. The Rich Dad Poor Dad author believes Bitcoin is heading to $250,000 this year, and his message is loud and clear. Buy more. Do not sell. On May 17, Kiyosaki took to social media to double down on his belief that central banks are failing, bankruptcies are rising, and hard assets, like Bitcoin, gold, and silver, are the smartest way to protect your wealth. He blamed the Marxist central bank system for the growing economic instability, warning that the crash is already underway. According to Kiyosaki, the only way to stay ahead of what's coming is to hold on to assets that governments can't print more of. Bitcoin, with its fixed supply of just 21 million coins, tops his list. He sees this scarcity as its biggest strength. Kiyosaki has been consistent with his warnings. Back in April, he said the U.S. is already sliding into a major recession and possibly a depression. He predicted mass job losses, economic chaos, and even the collapse of several U.S. states. Despite the grim outlook, his advice has remained unchanged through it all. Ditch the dollar, trust in Bitcoin, and hold tight. As he puts it, the crash has landed. Buy Bitcoin.
So this is kind of just crazy, and it just shows you how trading can be, you can have periods where there's a lot of volatility, where every day it's a big move one way or the other, or you can have charts like this, where literally here's one day, right? So there, and then here was kind of an inside bar, so I'm not even going to count that, right? So let me see if I can get my eraser on this. There we go. But really, this will be your second day, and then it goes sideways. Third day, fourth day, and then it goes sideways. Fifth day, sixth day. So you guys see what I'm saying here? Is that the entire move from 74,000 on Bitcoin to basically 105, 6 trading days. 6 trading days is what the majority, that almost the entire move occurred in 6 days, with all the other periods being like basically sideways chop. And it's just interesting to kind of see that and realize it. It's a great move up, But this is the way, at least for now, Bitcoin is behaving, where it goes for a couple days and then it just goes sideways for a long period. And that's what we're doing here. And that is fair. In all fairness, it's very similar to here, which is very similar to here, which in general, we surmise, we rate by probability, favors a move there. This would be your double. You can see the white line there. I have it cut off there, but that's your all-time high at 109. That would be your next resistance. Now, do I think Bitcoin eventually pulls back significantly? I do, but it would have to coincide with the stock market, right? All right, back to the charts for just a couple more before we end this show today. And if we go to gold again, guys, I've talked to you guys about this. This was my downside target. We tagged it. It doesn't mean it can't go lower. I have to watch to see what this price action is doing. If it starts to make a bear flag like this, well, then it could break through and go to 3,000, which would be down at this pivot low and this pivot high. But as of now, I respect that support until proven otherwise. But again, watching very closely. I don't have any longs or shorts on gold right now, just a wait and see. Now, I will say this, guys. I did start a small long position on silver today. I like this consolidation, looking for a breakout here. Again, it's only a starter position on silver, but I am keeping an eye on it. This looks like good consolidation. Let's see if we can get a breakout next week, but I am slightly long, just an ever so tiny toe in the water long on silver. Next up, here's your oil chart. And so again, we've talked about this and how this was major support on oil all the way back here. We got the breakdown, the bounce, the pullback, the bounce. Again, just chopping. No trades here. We haven't gotten up into major resistance. If it does, yeah, I would consider a short up here. But overall, this pattern, if it continues on for another couple weeks or a month, that would start to put in a bearish flag pattern that would eventually break down. And that's the angle I still see on that chart. And then lastly, look at the beauty of this chart here, guys, on natural gas. You had your support, and then it broke, retraced into resistance. So let's flip that arrow around. Resistance. And what did it do this week? Hit resistance and 2, 4, 5 sell days in a row to the downside.
Bitcoin is back in the spotlight as Moody's has officially stripped the U.S. of its last perfect credit rating, dropping it from A to A1. This marks the first time in over a century that the U.S. holds no top-tier rating among the major credit agencies. The downgrade comes as deficits soar, interest costs climb, and political deadlock continues to block real fiscal reform. While markets reacted with a slight rise in Treasury yields and a dip in equity futures, many eyes turned to Bitcoin as a potential long-term winner. For crypto investors, this credit downgrade may strengthen Bitcoin's appeal as a hedge against systemic financial risk. On-chain data already shows a bullish undercurrent. Bitcoin's supply on exchanges is once again declining, now sitting around 1.41 million BTC. This trend suggests investors are choosing to hold rather than sell, moving assets into cold storage and reducing sell pressure. Still, Bitcoin is in a holding pattern. Technical indicators like the Ichimoku cloud show indecision, with price action sitting near key support and resistance levels. For BTC to regain momentum, it must break through $105,755. But as confidence in traditional financial systems weakens, more investors may start looking to Bitcoin, not just for gains, but for security in a shifting global economy. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.